Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. There's a miniature oil painting that I did. I can't even remember where it was. It was a picture that I took of somewhere. It could be London actually. Could be. There's a large possibility that it is. Just having my relaxing drink ready for painting, and I'm going to do a bigger version of this. Not much bigger, a little bit bigger, of this painting, and we'll see what happens. Where can I put it? Because I want to be able to look at it. I'm going to put it just above, lean it up against what I'm using for my camera. That doesn't work. I tried it there, it didn't work. I'll try it over here. I'll have to move my drink. Oh, that's better. So we'll try and capture the same sort of idea. The actual painting, does it have to be the same? No, we don't have to do the same. Do what we like. I keep telling myself, do what you like, do what you like. It's your painting, isn't it? So I'm going to get some blue, so the sky is sort of a blue with white in it as well. We've got to remember we're using watercolour ultramarine blue and titanium white gouache. I'm using a scrapbook. This is just scrapbook paper in a scrapbook that I bought. It's not a sketchbook, it's a scrapbook. So if you're looking for one and you're not sure what they are, that's what they are. Scrapbooks. They tend to use recycled paper in them, I think. I quite like them because I used a lot of these tan type sketchbooks. What are they called? I think they're called cachette sketchbooks, something like that. And I really like those, and I was using them, and then I started. I thought I'd rather use a toned page rather than not. And because I was so used to sketching on toned paper already, the crossing over to painting on it wasn't that difficult. I got asked what made me start this, but it was actually two things that got me. Just going to add some white in amongst this, just like the picture. You can see sort of white strips of cloud in amongst it. Probably use a bit of water as well, just to sort of slosh it together a bit. Yeah, I was. There's two things. Don't know if you heard that really loud noise. That was my pump that's on my fish tank that I'm going to quickly switch off. I had the electric switched off today, so it's messed it up annoyingly. It's somehow it's got air in it or something. And I've got a bit of the old hiccups again. So I'm just throwing in a bit more blue here, a bit more white there for the sky. Quite liking this actually so far. I do find with this sort of paint, less is more. And I don't mean less paint, I mean less brush strokes sometimes works out better. And I know what you're thinking. You just did about 50 brush strokes to do that sky. But when you do yours, you could do it better. But I have found that when you're doing like a sky and you want it to be quite quite fresh looking. I think that's the word, fresh looking. Tend to find less is more. Just breaking those lines away a little bit more on this less is more approach by doing more. Oh dear. I make myself laugh because I can contradict myself constantly on painting. It's a bit of a bad habit, isn't it? Yeah, so what I was saying is what got me doing this, what got me using this sort of paper and using gouache, well, there was two reasons. Number one, I wanted to learn a better way to paint outside rather than walking out with all my oil paints and finding it a bit too heavy, basically. And then because it's too heavy, it puts me off doing it. And so then I was doing schoolism classes. They're like classes on how to paint and how to do storytelling, illustrations and things like that, because I wanted to do my own kids book and I want to do more projects as well. So I was learning off that, and then I found Nathan Fowlkes's courses really good because they're based on landscape painting. And it was about, you know, what they do in the film industry and stuff like that. I did actually get to interview him. It's on the channel, if I remember. I'll put a link in the description because it's quite interesting, and I did fire him a few questions. And but yeah, anyway, I was reading a book about Turner and about his painting. So I've just got a bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of blue, a little bit of black. There's all sorts. I'm going to start my background. Yeah, and I got this book, and it was about Turner. I'm just tapping, by the way, just to get some tree shapes. So many different ways to create trees. Sometimes tapping works, sometimes just using brush strokes. It's always, you know, different ways. There's just different ways. You don't have to do it one way, you can do it multiple ways. Yeah, and there was this book and about painting trees and things, and how Turner was doing it. It was a book on Turner's techniques and things like that. And I saw he did these amazing looking watercolours, and I was like, wow, I want to learn how to do that. And then I went to London, and while I was in London I saw that he this was when I was with Clive as well, on Clive 5 Art. We met up and did some painting, plein air painting. And I'd learned this technique that I'm showing you now, and now showing Clive it, and I got him doing it. And yeah, well, in London, I'd already knew that Turner used white gouache in amongst his paintings, with also using watercolours, because he was a supreme master at watercolour painting. Amazing at it. And when I was studying from Nathan Fowlkes's video, he was doing the same thing. He was using watercolours and white gouache, just like Turner was doing. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I started doing it, getting out there with the this sort of technique, painting away, and really enjoyed it. And I thought, well, This is good fun. I'll carry on doing this. And since Turner did it as well, and I really like his paintings. I like his watercolours and his oils. I like all of them actually. When I went in the museum, it was in the Tate Britain. They had a lot of his paintings because he gifted them to the country. So you can go see him and yeah, and I find I learn a lot from just got a bit of yellow and green. And I was looking through his sketchbook because they had some of his sketchbooks there in this glass case, and I was looking through them. And before I got told off by the guard, I found out that he was using white gouache in his watercolours, and because it said what it said in the book what he'd been using and things, and I was like, oh right, yeah. I thought he did. I mean, I did read it, but it's good to see it first hand as well, isn't it? It's good to see in the actual sketchbook that he's using that. And as another thing I noticed, that their paper that they were using for their watercolours was not white. It was always sort of an off-white. I'm not sure when we started using white paper, but it wasn't when the masters were painting. I can tell you that. They weren't using it. Didn't look like it anyway. As far as I know. I could be wrong though. What do I know? But I'm probably right. So let's get some colour in here. Get some colour in. Imagine there's trees and stuff here, because we're going to put some bigger trees in. So it's just looking interesting. See, as it dries, I start seeing the real painting, and whether I like it or not. But it's not too bad so far. Not too bad. I'm going to get some dark. Whoops. Black, blue. Over here, green, bit of yellow in there, black, blue, green, yellow ochre, yeah, something like that. We'll try that. We'll get this tree shape. It sort of goes. This is only just drying, that is. Something like that. Gonna go a lot darker. A lot darker. I want a bit more brown in it. Browny, blacky green. That's about right. Get some dark in this. Quite like that faintness there, because that's going to help to bring this out, but it's quite dark in here, and I'm not sure if I want to darken this here. I think I might leave that faint. I might darken this tree here a bit. And then we've got another tree about there. And then there's another one that sort of goes here. It's not quite as grand as them two trees. I'm going to just tap a little bit more into that. Maybe I'll have a sort of a bush there. I think that dark helps. It really does help. I tend to go quiet when I'm painting, so you start really focusing, don't you? I saw like a shaft of a reddish light here. Just put a little bit in it. Don't know, it must have been another tree that's got more of a reddish look. I'll just splodge that in like that. Might help to warm some of these up actually. I'll just put a little bit of it in areas. You know what they say, it's good to spread the same colours around your painting and then you get more unity. So they say. Whether it's true, it's up to you. Okay. So, we've got a little bit of a path, haven't we? We need to put in. Probably should put in tree trunks as well. I've changed mine compared to the other one. Not on purpose. I'm just terrible at copying. I end up creating new paintings, even if I have one to copy right in front of me. I still end up doing something different. I've got a bit of a thinner one there. This one, quite a thick one. And this one. Like that. Maybe you could put in a few little background branches and stuff. So there we go, there's a bit of distance. Bit of distance. We need to start brightening the trees up. We've got people here and there as well, but we need to put them on a path. So I might put a path in. Whoa! I threw my brush away. I might put a path in. So I want a bit of grey, a bit of white. I mean black and white. What's this reddish colour? Put a bit of reddish colour in it. Change the flavour a little bit. Might work quite nicely. We'll give it a go. So what this path, maybe the path's gone from up here. And it comes down here. And then, oops, I'm throwing brushes. And then goes down here. All the way along. It's a nice path, is that? And now I did have water here. Don't know whether I want water there though. Don't know. Kind of would rather have some grass. I was thinking grass here. That's what I would have there. This path can go off there. So we've got a path now. Yeah, I prefer that. So what I might do, pick up some white and put in a few clouds, because I know the clouds kind of vanished a bit. I know there wasn't any like major clouds to talk about in the sky, but sometimes it's nice to have a bit of action in the sky like that. And you get all kinds of shapes in the sky. But I just want I want something. I want something in the sky. I quite like that. It's quite fluid, isn't it? I think it is. I think that's alright. You see fluidity in painting. It's quite a challenge. It is a real challenge. And I think you get more fluid the more practice you do. And I'm still practicing. I still consider myself a beginner painter personally, because I'm still learning, I'm still practicing, I'm doing rounds like I'm working out. Doing rounds and rounds of painting to try and get better. And I really enjoy it as well. I like having fun with the paints. I look forward to it every day now. I think, oh, time to paint. So again, a bit of red, a bit of yellow, a bit of white. I'm going to be more dramatic than I was when I did the oil paint. Because I want some light on this tree. Some real Bobby Dazzler light. That is really light. I use my finger to get rid of some of it. So I don't want it to be everywhere. But I do want it to be in some places. Where I want the light to be, that's where I'll put it. I'm going to think like a tree, as they say. Be a tree. Paint the tree as if he was the tree. Imagine if you was teaching a class, an art class, and you said to them, "Now, I want you to be the tree as you paint the tree." And they'd be wanting a refund, wouldn't they? Be kicking you out. Like, this guy, crazy, he told me to be the tree. How are we supposed to be the tree? What is he on about? He's talking a load of rubbish. So I've left a bit of shape there for the dark to stay. Some of it gets lost when you're pressing away. I'm going to change the colour a little bit. Get a bit of yellow ochre for this tree here. I want it to look a bit different. Can add a bit of different colours in amongst it. Just a touch here and there. Like I said, bringing it all together. Even this tree needs a bit more light, doesn't it? So you see the dark area. I just got rid of that, but you see the dark area behind really makes your lights show, and you really need your lights to show your darks, and your darks to show your lights, and your lights to show your darks. You need it all. And you can do loads of layers as well, like, because you've got that dark and then there's a bit of green in front, and then I'm going to start changing this. I'm going to start having grass. Yeah, I'm going to do what I want. Grassy bits amongst this. Thinking about light as well. Pretty sure this is London. The more I think about it, the more I think it is. I like the London parks. They are great to walk around. A lot bigger than you think as well. Like Hyde Park. I like all the wildlife in St. James's Park. Bit of light on this. Okay, now I'm just going to have a look at it, see what I think. As the colours fade, you can either come back with greens, or maybe you want more green and more bluey green, or more black. Whatever you want to do, you have multiple chances to do it. I'm just going to get a little bit more green. I'm going to put it in a few places and then tap it away as well. Okay, I'll let that dry. Don't want to ruin it too much. Don't want to ruin it too much by painting it, this picture. The more I paint it, the more I'm going to ruin it. Right, what I'm thinking is, this tree, it casts a right shadow, it does. Really does. So we've been doing our light this way, haven't we? So our shadow's going to be more on this side, I think. So we can make a good size shadow. Same with this. I think shadows are very important because they can create things. They can create, like there's a tree there. Let's put a shadow in. But we don't have to actually put the tree in. We can just assume there's a big tree here. And that's why there's a shadow. And it does add more to your painting when you have these shadows and things. So I want, actually I do want a bit more light on here. Okay. That's looking quite nice, actually. I might add a little bit of crimson. It's a little bit of crimson into my shadow. Bit of red. So I'm warming that shadow up a bit, rather than having it black. There's no wrong with having it just black if that's what you want to do. Remember, do what you want to do, it doesn't matter. It's your painting, your decision. I'm just going to get a bit of white and burnt sienna just to add a bit of light on there. Okay. Now, you know what I might do? Put a couple of people in now. So I want somebody. Well, I was going to put somebody up here, but I don't really want anyone there now. I'd have someone there though. Go for a smaller brush. Start populating your page. It's good putting people in. Starts to give your painting a little bit of life, a little bit of interest. Somebody there. Put one of the arms out. I'm just walking along the path. Whoops. Bit of brown. Didn't like the way that I did that. He looked a bit like he was, he'd got 4 legs. Don't want him to have that many legs. Just want the 2. So I might just do like a sort of an indication of him like that, maybe. It's quite small, so I don't want him to have too much detail, but I don't want him to look like he's got too many legs. Get a little bit of burnt sienna and white and just put his head in there, and maybe a hand or 2. Maybe I'll use that pinky sort of, maybe a bit of blue in it and make sort of a lavendery colour, sort of a reddish top or something. I'll do. I'll have a bit of a shadow. He's there anyway. I was going to have someone, I don't know, I'll have someone walk in here. Like that profile look. Bit of a dress. Should be this is more like a Lowry. Gonna have her pushing a little buggy. Got to work out how it should look. Oh, looks like she's pushing a shopping trolley now. Is that like a pram? Don't know if it does really. Doesn't really look like one, but we might be able to fix it. If I get a little bit of a pinky white colour, maybe I can It's not too bad. It's very small, of course, anyway. But, by saying that, it means I can get away with doing anything, even if it's wrong. I can just go, well, it's very small. It doesn't really doesn't matter too much. As long as it's got a bit of shadow, I'm alright with it. That chap there, maybe there's a couple more people back there. It's all family back there. I feel like she just needs a bit of a face. A little bit of that burnt sienna and white. Maybe I will change her clothing. Maybe I will do it. Maybe I'll use is that the blue or is that the blue? Oh no, the blue's over here. Damn. Yeah, we've got like a bit of a light colour. Looks a bit different now. Might put a shirt on this guy. That actually doesn't look too bad now. Oh, I'll go with that. So, I think we're about there. Somehow we managed to do something. Don't know how. Bit of luck. I'm just going to put some bits and bobs in this. And then, what I might also do, oops, this is falling down a bit, I might put in a few little birds as well. So I'd like little birds and trees going, flying in there. I noticed on a photo there was a bird and it was like this, it was a dot. And then it was a straight line and a straight line like that. That's what the bird looked like in the picture. Exactly like that. So now I know how to do birds. I can do them like that as well. We can have a few. You do get quite a lot, don't you, in these sort of parks. I remember seeing parrots as well. In amongst the trees. Quite like that actually. I might do. Right here, I might put a tree that was once a tree. But it never made it. Just something else. Something else. It's over the top of that hill anyway. Sometimes the grass has got a little bit darker around the path side. I notice that sometimes. But anyway, I think I will call that one finished. I quite like it. I do actually really like it. You could do more if you wanted. You could add maybe a little bit more light and dark. But on the whole, I'm quite happy with this. So I think I will call it finished. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish. Yeah, I think that'll be a finish there. Just add a little bit more of that light there. But yeah, you could keep going. You can always do more and change things and add things. Maybe in yours you want a great big mountain there and then the trees in front. A bit more of a Lake District look, or maybe you don't want any little people in pushing shopping trolleys. Well, maybe it does look like a pram now. But anyway, I've enjoyed myself. It's been relaxing, and I hope you are getting some inspiration from these paintings. And thanks very much for watching, and I will see you at another one. Cheers, bye.